Hello, it's Mrs. Whited again. It's getting closer and closer to the time we're going to start seeing you guys, but right now we're still checking in textbooks. So I thought I would go ahead and read chapter 3 of The Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library. So let's get on to number 3. Of course, even though he was grounded, Kyle Keeley still had to go to school. Mike, Curtis, Kyle, time to wake up, his mother would call from down in the kitchen. Kyle popped his feet on the floor, rubbed his eyes, and sleepily looked around his room. The computer handed down from his brother Curtis was sitting on the desk that used to belong to his older brother Mike. The rug on the floor, with its Cincinnati Reds logo, had also been Mike's, and when he was 12 years old. The books lined up in the bookcase had been lined up on Mike's and Curtis's shelves, except for the ones Kyle got each year for Christmas from his grandmother. He still hadn't read last year's edition. Kyle wasn't big on books, unless they were the instruction manual or the hint guide to a video game. He had a Sony PlayStation set up in the family room, and it wasn't the high-def Blu-ray PS3, but it was one that Santa had brought Mike maybe 4 years earlier. Mike kept the brand new Blu-ray model locked up in his bedroom. But still, the clunker that it was, the 4-year-old gaming console in the family room, worked. Except this week. Well, it worked, but Kyle's dad had taken away his TV and computer privileges. So unless he just wanted to hear the hard drive there was really no point in firing up the PlayStation until next Sunday, when his sentence had ended. When you're grounded in this house, his father had said, you're grounded. If Kyle needed a computer for work during his last week of school, he could use his mom's, the one in the kitchen. His mom had no games on her computer. Okay, she had Dinner Dash, but that didn't really count. Being grounded in the Keeley household meant you couldn't do anything except, as Dad put it, think about what you did that caused you to be grounded in the first place. Kyle knew what he had done. He'd broken a window. But, hey, I also beat my big brothers. Good morning, Kyle, his mom said when he hit the kitchen. She was sitting at the computer desk, sipping coffee and tapping keys. Grab a toaster tart for breakfast. Curtis and Mike were already in the kitchen, chowing down on the last of the good toaster tarts, the frosted cupcake swirls. They'd left Kyle the unfrosted brown sugar cinnamon, the ones that tasted like the box that they came in. The new library opens Friday, just in time for summer vacation, Kyle's mom mumbled, reading her computer screen. But been 12 years since they tore down that old one. Listen to this, boys. Dr. Yanina Zinchenko, the new public library's head librarian, promises that patrons will be surprised by what they find inside. Really? Said Kyle, who always liked a good surprise. I wonder what they're going to have in there. Books maybe? Said Mike. It's a library, Kyle. Still, said Curtis. I can't wait to get my new library card. Yeah, because you're a nerd, said Mike. I prefer the term geek, said Curtis. Well, I gotta go, said Kyle, grabbing his backpack. I don't want to miss the bus. He hurried out the door, and what Kyle really didn't want to miss were his friends. A lot of them had Sony PSPs and Nintendo 3DSs, loaded with lots and lots of fun games. Kyle first bumped and knuckle-knocked his way up the bus aisle to his usual seat. Almost everybody wanted to say hey to him, except, of course, Sierra Russell. Like always, Sierra, who was also a 7th grader, was sitting in the back of the bus, and her nose was buried in a book. Probably one of those about girls who lived in tiny homes on the prairie or something like that. Ever since her parents divorced and her dad moved out of town, Sierra Russell had been incredibly quiet and spent a lot of her free time reading. "Nice shirt," said Akemi Hughes as Kyle slid into a seat beside her. "Thanks. It used to be Mike's." "Doesn't matter. It's still cool." Akemi's mother was Asian and her dad was Irish. She had very long jet black hair, extremely blue eyes, and a ton of freckles. "What are you playing?" Kyle asked, because Akemi was frantically working on the controls of her PSP 3000. "Squirrel Squad," said Akemi. "One of Mr. Lemoncello's best," said Kyle, who had the same game on his PlayStation, the one he couldn't play with for the last week. "Do you need a hand?" "Nah." "Watch out for the beehives." "I know about the beehives, Kyle. I'm just saying." "Yes." "What?" "I cleared level 6, finally." "Awesome." Kyle did not mention that he was up to level 27. Akemi was his best friend, and friends don't gloat to friends. When I shot the squirrels at the Falcons, said Akemi, "the pilots parachuted. If a squirrel bit the pilot in the butt, I got 50-point bonus." "Yes, in Mr. Lemoncello's Catapulting Critters game, there were all sorts of wacky jokes. The Falcons weren't birds, they were F-16s, Falcon jet fighters. And the squirrels? They were just nuts. They were totally bonkers, with squirrely whirlpool eyes. They flew through the air, jabbering gibberish as they bit at each other." This was one of the main reasons why Kyle thought everything that came out of Mr. Lemoncello's Imagination Factory, board games, puzzles, video games, was absolutely amazing. For Mr. Lemoncello, a game just wasn't a game if it wasn't a little goofy around the edges. "So, did you pick up the bonus code?" said Kyle. "Huh?" "In the freeze frame there." Kimi studied the frame. "Turn it over." Kimi did. "See that number tucked in the corner? Type that in the next time the home screen asks for your password." "Why? What happens?" "You'll see." Kimi slugged him in the arm. "Whatever." "Well, don't be surprised if you start flinging and flaming squirrels on level 7. "Get out." "Try it. You'll see." "I will this afternoon." "So did you write your extra credit essay?" "Huh?" "What essay?" The one that's due today? About the new public library?" "Refresh my memory," Kimi sighed. "Because the old library was torn down 12 years ago, and 12 years ago, the 12-year-olds who write the best essays on why I'm excited about the new public library will get to go to the library lock-in this Friday night." "Huh?" "The winners will spend the night in the new library before anybody else can even see the new place." "Is this like that movie, Night at the Museum? Will the books come alive and chase people around and junk?" "Nope. There will probably be free movies and food, prizes and games." All of a sudden, Kyle was very interested in this essay. So that was the end of chapter 3. So I can see this book is going to be a lot of fun. And I'll continue to read as long as you guys are in class and missing your library specials right now. So we will be seeing you soon, I promise. Until later, bye.